Hello, stitchy friends. It's me, Emily Weber. I've decided to join the Flosstube fun. It was just time. I was hesitant before because I didn't think I stitched enough, but now I think I stitch enough. Also hesitant because not everything I stitch is perfect, but I've given up on that a little bit. So I'm going to show you a couple of my recent finishes, talk a little bit about plans for 2018. That's it. One more thing before I start is I so appreciate all you floss tubers. I love listening while I stitch happily away. I don't want to mention names of my favorites because one of the things I love about these videos is how everybody's included, and there's something about that I would never want someone to feel excluded. And I hope I've shown you that I've admired and my affection for you in my comments, and I hope you know who you are. Okay, this one is okay. This, you're gonna see that I love the process and I don't love finishing. Finishing is just not the part I enjoy, so I tend to have a pile. But this one I am going to fully finish today, but I wanted to film while it was light outside. This one I did for my friend Mona, who turned 50 over break here. I'm a teacher, I'm a second grade teacher, and she's a third grade teacher. And I stitched her a little, I don't know, I'll turn it into a something. It says Mona on it. I got that alphabet from this ink circles pattern, the Fractor. And honestly, if I had already stitched it when I found this, and I was just in Arizona, so I went to the attic for the first time, which was so fun. I might have stitched this for her in the middle instead, but she's a gardener and she loves roses. So I got that pattern from this book. One of my favorites. Lisbeth Perron's Folk Art in Needlepoint and Cross Stitch. I don't have the cover on it. Hers looks like this. Can you see how pretty that rose in the middle? There are so many beautiful patterns in this book. I thought to myself, you know what, I should come up with a cute name for myself, but I don't want to change my channel name because, I don't know, I have a history with that channel name that I'm happy with. Okay, so then I'm going to just quick fly by a few recent finishes that I've had and then some plans for 2018. I was so inspired to do this. Now, some of you are going to recognize these patterns because you inspired me. Here is my woodland sampler for my classroom. I teach second grade. So I really had to struggle about what to write down there. I did in the end write 2017 because I wanted to date a sampler, I suppose. So I got to get that framed. I call it Ms. Weber's Worker Bees. And so then I call this my sass arm hanging out. Queen of the Bees. I want to say this is a little stitcher pattern, but I just have it digitally. But I changed the hair to look like my crazy curly red hair. Oh, this is from an Ondari book. I love this, the 60s and 70s look. I haven't framed this one yet either, but flowers make me happy. This is my favorite word. This one I want to finish and put on my whiteboard that I write on all the time. And I tell kids that all the time. Say this word more. It's okay. Make sure you please come to the circle. Okay. Get that finished before recess. Okay. Okay. I went to the Midwest Stitchers cross stitch retreat. It was really fun. And I learned how to lace there, but I haven't tried it yet. I tried to get this straight so many times using your guys' awesome tutorials, but I don't know. I'm going to lace it and it will be wonderful because then I can adjust the straightness. I learned that from Trisha. Thank you, Trisha. This is, let's see. If I can find my pattern. I thought I was organized, but, well, it's a la-di-da. And I did my own colors. And you know what? I learned about variegated floss because I made some mistakes. And I'm pretty forgiving of myself. I feel like that's how I learn. And sometimes I go back and fix them, but not this one. I learned both that I didn't buy enough of the floss. And so you can see up here that I switched. I mean, it's the same color, but a new skein, and it's just not the same. That's what I learned, is make sure you buy enough of the variegated floss. But you know what? I still love it. And there's me being humble. It says, be humble, for you are made of earth. Be noble, for you are made of stars. Okay. This I made for my sweet little daughter. She was adopted from Korea. So I've stitched a few things for her. And every time I do the skin, I try and make it look as close to Korean skin and beautiful black hair as I can. This actually was a free chart I got, and it turned out that Susie Reno put it on the free table. It is a little stitcher pattern. And I did everything the same, except for that I blinged up the colors. My daughter is so blingy, much blingier than I am. My sweatshirt on. So I gave her a little mermaid tail, and she's into mermaids. And I changed her hair to black, and I changed the skin tone to some color that I'd used previously for a skin tone that I don't remember. And I put it on batik. But honestly, I made this pillow for her because she really wanted something with this sequin fabric, but she wanted it on her shirt. And I'm just picturing her in first grade petting her shirt all day long, and I thought, no, I don't know. So instead, I put it on this pillow, and we've had lots of fun drawing pictures on this pillow, and I just think it's like the perfect mermaid tail pillow. So I made that for her. Okay, on to oh, one more thing to say. I'm gonna go with friend Rachel thinks her critters are so crazy. Okay, on to what I'm doing in 2018. No, I'm a non-religious person. Probably, yeah, I just have nothing more to say about it. I'm just not a religious person, but I'm a big fan of the vintage, like all vintage all the time. And I'll show you some of that as we go. I was thinking what I could contribute was those vintage things that I buy. I'm not a bargain hunter, but I am a vintage hunter. So those things that I find that I just love. So I think I'll show you that at the end in case maybe that would be something new I could bring. Anyhow, she inspired me. That we're talking about, well, it's Hipster Stitcher on Instagram, Rachel Danowitz. I saw this on one of hers, and then when I found it probably on eBay or Stash Unload, I was like, I have to have it. She thinks these animals are crazy. I think they're adorable. I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap because I'm super... I hate putting stuff in Q-snaps. You guys are all so like chill about it. I'm not chill about it, but I've got my baby owl done. Okay, when I'm a more experienced floss tuber, maybe I will. I did the frog, I did the cat, I did the kangaroo and the kangaroo baby. My whole family is debating about this guy. What is that? Is that a bear or a dog? I don't know. Look at the ear. And you might have thought mouse, except for that, look, no, that's the mouse. Anyhow, I think it's adorable. The only thing I truly don't like, I definitely have religious friends, so I feel like I would give this to one of their children. And so it's okay to have the prayer on it, but I don't like this gold. So I'm going to replace that gold with, I mean, maybe even more of this green. I don't know. Well, I'll see when I get there. Okay. That is that. Okay, look at this. See, this is the kind of random thing. I'm a little bit of a random person. Look. Oh, this reminds me of, I was just listening to Teresa Kitten Stitcher about our hopes for 2018. I love Patrick McDonald. Look at how those animals are looking at us. Only if we understand can we care. Only if we care can we help. Only if we help shall all be saved, by Jane Goodall, one of my heroes. This reminds me that I won a giveaway from the wonderful Stitch M. This beautiful chart came with it. I do think I'm ready to start it, but friends, I hate confetti. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, and this strikes me as really confetti heavy. So I'm a little concerned, but I am going to start it and see how much I like it, because I do think it's gorgeous. That's one of my 2018 plans. Okay, now this is an example of why I didn't used to do Flosstube, because I was like, Emily, that is so goofball. Like, it's just not. We have whippets. We're on our third. 2 of them have been rescues. 1 was not. It's just like, oh, someday I'll tell you all the reasons the whippet is the perfect dog for me. But my son loves my dogs. He's 14. And I know this is kind of like the chart, but I bought this off of Etsy. Diana Jansen, Devo Dogs, Whippet. Whippet good for his room. And it's, I know it's hard to see. This is supposed to be in red. I do have a color printer, but this is as far as I've gotten. I've only got, that one is Whippet good done, but I haven't got its helmet on yet. So I'm going to finish that for my son someday. That's in the plans. Look at this adorable Made by Mama Joan bag I got from the Cross Stitchers Retreat. Can you believe the generosity? And this size is like ideal. I absolutely love it. Okay, I'm a big fan of the Charlie Harper, so I have a few of those. I want to do this lovey-dovey. The color, orange. I'm going to do it on Fog. It's a Picture This Plus fabric. 28. I like 28. I like comfortable, I have to admit. My eyes. Well, I need readers, and I should just get higher magnification and not worry about it. This is another one that's a Charlie Harper. It's called Claire de Lune. Because, Minnesota, that's our state bird. And honestly, my in-laws have a cabin that we go to, and you can hear the loons, and it's gorgeous. And look at how they take care of their babies. They ride on their backs. So sweet. Oops, there's some of the pattern. Sorry about that. This is some Zweigarts that I got from a thrift shop somewhere. This one I need to finish. I know for a fact that I goofed up somewhere, which slowed me down, but I will. That's how far I am. I'm Irish and Italian. Heartstring series, Shamrocks. I love green and I love purple. I love pink. I love blue. Okay, I recently got this from, oh, I want to say something else about the Critters one. This is my car stitching, and I'm going to tell you that I was initially an embroiderer before I started cross stitching, and why I liked cross stitching was it felt neater because so much of embroidery is about making your stitches neat by making them the right size, and of course that's decided for you in cross stitching. But look at how this is stamped. I love it because I don't have a pattern. So this is my travel thing, so that, I mean, there is a pattern to know what color to stitch, you need the pattern, but it's very infrequent checking. I just knew the whole thing was gold, except for the eyes. So I love that for car stitching for that exact reason. That brings up this one, which is another, now here's another oldie goodie. I got that one from Crystal, Fiber Artsy, oldie goodie. She's gonna recognize some of these patterns. I can't explain it. I know it's hokey. I think I would do everything but the face on the sun. It's a dimensions kit with Ada. I probably won't do the Aida. I like Aida sometimes with a lot of coverage. I like Aida less without a lot of coverage. And I'm kind of indifferent about whether or not I use Aida. I like linen better. Or even weaves. Okay, here's another one my fiber artsy fan is going to recognize. It is another Made by Mama Joan bag. Pretty, pretty. My favorite apron. This is a winter stitch for me, so I put it away since last winter, but I got it back out because it's winter. But look at these colors. Pop. Gorgeous. Now I have to frog a flower down by that key. And that was with like, oh, it's time to stop, Emily. That's the international sign. The naughty corner. That's another one of my super affectionate people is Claire. I can't remember her name. The one with Cookie Monster as her little icon. She puts things in the naughty corner. I have 2 kids. Neither of them look like that. But they do, I feel like they ride on me sometimes. Not the wrong way, the nice way, like that loon. With them on my back, will hear they're on my front. Love flowers, love birds. I'll probably adjust the hair. No, I love the hair. That was part of what I loved. I guess I could take it out, right? Because the color of her hair is sort of this beautiful auburn. Yeah, mine used to be real strawberry blonde, and now it's like that color. And look at that face. That's about my color too in the winter. I don't get tan, I just freckle up in the summer. Okay. Reverse stitching with Claire. Or something close to that. I should fold it some different way, right? I learn from you guys. I do. All the time. Every day something new. Today something new I learned about fast stitching. I chop vegetables slow. I stitch slow. But there's so much I want to stitch. That's the only reason I want to go a little bit faster. Okay, I don't have fabric for this one yet, but this is me to a T, except for the colors. The sentiment, I really am entirely made of floss stitched together with good intentions. And you know what? Usually my good intentions work out, but they don't always. But when I make mistakes, I was never intending to. It didn't fit my intention, and I'll go back and try and fix it. I love her skirt. Now there's one whose hair I will probably change. Crazy, to make it crazier. More Charlie Harper. This one, Renovation. Oh, that's sweet with the jean shorts. I love it. But I'm going to do this bluebird, I think. I don't have the fabric for that one yet. I'll go to Stitchville and see what I can find. I just bought this at the attic in Mesa, Arizona. When I was out visiting my in-laws. Scattered kindness. That's for my classroom. We study plants and we go on a field trip. You know, you can get 2nd graders going, oh, we're going on a field trip. You know, it's to the playground. And we scatter seeds. We study how seeds make their way away from the parent plant so that they can have space and their own light and such. So I thought that would go really well with that. Beautiful. I don't have fabric for that yet either, but I think I'll probably, that's called Sage. 28 count, I have to say, I love it. Okay, my brother-in-law gave this to me, so kind, for Christmas. The happiest day of my life, one of my very happiest, was climbing Half Dome in Yosemite. I'm from California. And I did that with some friends, and oh, it was a wonderful day. We climbed up and down the same day. No, not of course the face up the side. So I am not a full coverage stitcher, but you know what? I'm gonna put a dent in this and see how far I go. This is the kind of thing I'll do on Aida. Yeah. Beautiful. No fabric for that yet. Okay, 4 more. We'll see what I get to. This is a life goal. I don't know if I'll do it this year. I love the tiger. I love the color. I love the flowers. I love that it's a tiger with a sweet, relaxed face instead of a ferocious face. And honestly, our math curriculum has a tiger on it. A happy tiger. So I have a little like, well, it's like this big, you know, plastic tiger that's in my classroom. I thought, oh, I wouldn't make it into a pillow, but I could sure put it in a big hoop and, you know, hang it up. Because my kids know I stitch all the time. I'd like to at least start that. And then 3 or 4 more things. No, 4 things. This. Love. I want to do this one. Ooh. Sorry. That's the pattern. This. Be the change. I try to all the time. And what's really cool is you can't see it in here, but let's see, yep. In there is in Day Glow, I can't remember what you call it, Stay Strong in the Dark. Now, one way I try to be the change is the idea of the dark as a negative is cultural. So I kind of want to change this word dark to like stay strong in the hard, maybe. Because dark is not negative. Dark is beautiful. That's a way I'll be the change. This, I frogged something out. It was actually a Lizzie Kate. I'm not a Lizzie Kate person. I tried it. I'm not. So I frogged it out, but apparently I'd already taken away the, I usually keep on the little like sticker that says what it is, but I know that I got it from Stitchville, and it must be some 28 linen thing, but I'll do that on there. Okay. Mr. X Stitch, more please. Yeah, this guy, because you know what? It is so hard for me to do fractional stitches beautiful. And I'm going to let myself do them unbeautifully so many times that they're beautiful. I don't know if I'll do it on Ada or not. I don't have the fabric yet. I don't know, advice about that? Is it easier or harder, fractional stitches on Ada or on linen? I know how to do both. I mean, the idea, it's how to get it super neat. Advice. I'll always take your advice, you geniuses. Okay. 1 more minute, friend. Ready. Okay. Lunch is ready. I'm usually the chef around here. That is my other big passion, cooking. We'll talk about that another time. I'm joining the outhouse. I'm late. I had the book. I just hadn't found it yet, but I'm going to do it. I watched the video. The colors are incredible. It's so beautiful. Do you hear my kids arguing? Ow! Okay, I'm doing that one. And I think this is my last. Oh, another vintage book that it's like, oh, I could do most of the stuff in here. Let's see. This is the one I'm currently doing. Gorgeous. Okay. Friends, I think that's it. Thank you for all of your wonderful videos, all of your comments. Have a great Stitchy 2018. Wonderful friends of Flosstube, I forgot something, 2 somethings. I started this on the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat because I'm a morning person. The colors, the time, all of it. 5 a.m. is my jam. I started in the bottom because I like the bottom. And here I am. I've got all my, I learned my variegated floss lesson. Take a look. I got it all the skeins of mostly weeks that any gal could ever want to finish a project like Sunrise. And my goal is to have this done for the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat in October. How could I forget? Also, I told you I was going to tell you about some of my vintage collection stuff that I love. So here's thing one, tins. I got this recently when I was visiting my in-laws who are little snowbirders in Arizona. I love a tin that's shallow so that when I put the bobbins in there, I'm a bobbinator, they line up super nice and they don't flop over too much. Like this one was just full for the ones for the woodland sampler, but I finished it so I put them all back. Let's see how nice and shallow. Pretty good condition. Easy on and off. I'm not that crazy about words, although it's in French, so it's okay. This one I also got because I'm a San Francisco native. I came to Minnesota to go to McAllister and St. Paul, and I actually now live about 3 doors away from McAllister. And my husband's family is from Minnesota when they're not snowbirding. But this had toffees. They were made in England, but imported to San Francisco, my hometown, where my family still is. So I decided that this had to come home with me. One more is this guy. Here's one of my, I think I have 3, maybe 4. You know what these are. These are my orts in this adorable 29-cent Miracle Whip jar. Needle. See? It's all kept in my old teacher desk, but I'll videotape that another day at my stitchy spot. Needle minder, I got it. And look at my other one. Well, I have another favorite is this one. Still with the needle and the thread from finishing my Mona's bookmark. Oh, another sweet tiger face. Love you. Okay. The other 2 parts of my floss tube uploaded delightfully. This part, this is my 4th time filming. 4th time is a charm. See you soon.